Hi guys, welcome to my channel again. So today I'm going to be giving you an update as to what has transpired in the market over the past week. Last broadcast came on Sunday and just kickstarts what's likely to go on during the week. I talked about a very important concept in the cryptocurrency market, one that is very well ignored. And I talked about the fact that a stable, a weak US dollar will not always translate to always translate to a very strong cryptocurrency market. Neither will a very strong crypto US dollar also translate to a very weak cryptocurrency market. Definitely, I talked about the fact that yes, the US dollar has a big role to play, being the world reserve currency, as we already know. It has a very big role to play in market. But when it comes to the cryptocurrency market, there is another factor that seems to play a more vital role to me than the US dollar. It is actually the US dollar, but a different version, a cryptocurrency version of the US dollar within the cryptocurrency market, and that is the USDT dominance. The USDT, as you already know, and is the most traded stable coin. And even though one may argue that the USDT is also the US dollar, but we know that the USDT is a cryptocurrency in as much as it has an equivalent of $1. It is not the US dollar. It is a cryptocurrency on its own, and it should be treated as such. So you can clearly see that during the course of the week, here is the US dollar. Here's the US dollar chart, the DXY. Here's the DXY coming up shortly. USDT. Here's the US. Here's the US dollar charts. Here's the US dollar chart. I'm going to be showing you how this has played out once again this week. So it doesn't seem like a fluke. Yes, the US dollar would have it has more effects or more influence over other market than it has on the cryptocurrency market. That is just the summary of what the last broadcast was all about, and I'm going to be proving that to you once again with what has transpired in the market over the course of the week. Here is the DXY once again. It has been been bullish as far as this week has been concerned. In the aftermath of after a very period of bearishness, downturn from the US dollar, it's saw some relief this week, and I'll be showing you why that has also been the case from a very technical perspective. Why the reason why the US dollar seems to be bouncing off this level, bouncing off from where it is, bouncing off from where it's closed last week. Why it seems to be gaining strength from that level. I'll be showing you that in a moment. But this is the Bitcoin chart during the course of the week. Here's the Bitcoin chart. This cycle is the summary of what has been happening in the cryptocurrency market, in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency market for the week. In the wake of a very strong US dollar, you'd expect that the cryptocurrency market would be very, very bearish. and you can see that the cryptocurrency market has basically just been choppy. It has been very, 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 very choppy. Others will say consolidating or ranging. Well, it's basically the same thing, but choppiness is it's like a smaller scale version of ranging of a consolidating market. You can see it's been very, very sideways, super sideways. And here is the US dollar bouncing off. So look at this, is the week from a weekly time frame perspective. Here it is. It's been very bullish. It's a strong momentum off this level. Now I'm going to be showing you why this level is very, very, very significant in the market. I'll be switching over to the monthly time frame. I'll be tracing back so that I can show you the history, as take you back in time to show you why this level is. Here we are. Here is 2020 was the year. So was the COVID, pre and post COVID. This is the pre and COVID area, pre-COVID and COVID era. Just before the COVID lockdown in February, this level acted as resistance as far back as September 2019, and it came back. There was a very, very wide price action during this period. This was a very volatile period in the markets. You can see how massive this candlestick is. A very long way to the upside and a very long way to the downside. This is from the monthly time frame perspective. If I have to drill down to the smaller time frames, you see how wild and volatile that period seemed to be. This is the monthly time frame. It seemed as if we had this massive bullish candle to the upside, and then you can see the response with the massive bullish bearish engulfing candle to the downside. You can see it was a very, very wide period. If I drill down to smaller time frames, maybe like if I drill further down like to the daily time frame, we'll head back, you can see also how pivotal, the more we drill down to smaller time frames, the more you can see how very pivotal, how decisive the amount of volatility witnessed during this period. Here you can see from the daily time frame perspective, this is much I can go. I can't go. Going further down would be very difficult to get to. So this is from the daily time frame perspective. It seemed as if the US dollar broke through this resistance and was heading for the top, and this is what ensued. This is what followed after that breakout. Massive volatility during that period. You can see that during that period, that was a turning point for majority of the market. The week that was the beginning of a serious crash for the US dollar, and other markets gained strength, inclusive of the cryptocurrency market. They all gained strength as from that moment onward, and until 2021 again, when the cryptocurrency, the US dollar began to gain strength again. So that is why this level, tested as resistance back then, has now been flipped back to support. So ever since we broke above that level back in April 2022, we revisited that level after 2 years in 2022, and then we broke above it back then, and then we're looking at a rounded retest. A rounded retest. After over a year of revisiting that level, we're back to it again. So there's a very, very high chance that we're to see a very significant response, a massive response from that level, and that is what is the case right now for the DXY and the rest of the market. So since the DXY has been able to take a bounce of that level, the major resistance first of all was the 100.8 back in February, which formed a double top, and the market had to consolidate. As a result, we've revisited that level, and we're currently you can see the previous day we closed exactly at that level. It acted as resistance. We closed exactly on that level. Clearly see the value here to be 820. 820 is the value, and the close of the previous day on Thursday was exactly on 820, 100.820. So you can see that that level acted as resistance, and we've broken above it on Friday. So the next major resistance should be this trend line that seems to be this trend line, because as a result of this double bottom formed here, we were unable to form a new lower low, and that sent the DXY into a consolidatory state until this breakout, which happened last week. And so as a result, we broke out of that level and we're yet to retest it. So for likely this is going to be the next major test for the DXY, to know if this is going to be just a mere consolidation and a mere retracement of this bearish impulse run, or we're likely to flip it back to support again and then gain exposed for the upside target. So that is why that level is level for the DXY. Now, many people may not know this, but this is the reason why the DXY has respected the level from which it is bouncing from. So that's having been able to establish again that a very strong DXY will not always result in a very strong cryptocurrency and a very weak cryptocurrency market, and vice versa. I'll be talking about the DXY, the USDT. I'll be flipping over to show you how the rest of the cryptocurrency market, like the Euro USD, have responded. As usual, we know that the Euro USD is a mirrored version of the US dollar, and it usually feels the impacts of whatever is happening in the US on the US dollar charts, felt in like manner. The impact is felt in like manner by the Euro USD. You can see that the USD card is also weak as a result. The USD card is gaining strength since the USD is the base currency. You can see that it has gained massive strength as well. The USD CHF also gaining strength. You can see massive response. It's also responding from a trend line support on way back, and the rest of the market has been bearish while the US dollar has been bullish for the week. But that has not been the case for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market. And once again, I'll be showing you why the Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency market, has been very choppy, and I'll be doing that using the USDT chart again to emphasize why the cryptocurrency market has been very choppy. Here's the USDT chart, USDT dominance chart once again, and you can see that clearly from the last week's broadcast. We talked about the bounce of this trend line. For this reason, the cryptos are going to be weak, and you can see that they've been weak. The normal bounce of bottom of the range for the Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency market, has not been the case. It has been rather very choppy. I showed you before. It's very choppy. You can see very choppy around this, the bottom of this range. The 4-hour time frame shows it a lot, shows it in very more detail. You can see that we bounced up, but the USDT has also struggled, hence putting it in a very choppy state, because it is actually testing, after this bounce, it is actually testing a very major resistance as well. Here's why this resistance has been very key this year. This resistance, as far back as January, beginning of the year, 6 months ago, exactly 6 months ago, we were at this point. We're stuck in this range for the USDT dominance. It's around 7.2, 7.3, and acted as resistance while we're stuck in this range. Back in February again, we broke out briefly, tested this November trend line as resistance. We fell back into the range. This was a clear case of a false break. We're back into the range, tested it again in March. Virtually every month we had to retest, we had to test this level as a resistance. In April again, so there's a consistent testing of this month by month. January, February, March, April, until the breakout in May. Tested it in May again, and then we broke out in May. The ending of May, we came back to retest it as support. Was a good rounded retest. The breakout in May, retests as support in by May ending, and we bounced off from there, and then we're back to it again. And you can see ever since our return to this level, we've been very choppy in a messed up state. This has translated to the choppy, period that we've been stuck in this consolidation. You can see June 23rd, June 22nd. Here is it, June 22nd. This is when we return back to this level. We've been very choppy, and finally this massive sell off to the downside, and then we're back to it again, testing it as resistance. So you can see that we've broken below it and we're back to it as resistance once again. So the level is a very crucial, critical, very key level in the market, and there's bound to be massive it's bound to be reaction from the market the moment we get to that level. So that is why we've been stuck again at this level. The level is holding as resistance, hence the reason why we've been choppy, both at the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and the cryptocurrency level as a whole. So this is the reason why we have been stuck in this state of consolidation. So this level has a very key role to play. If the USDT dominance can break this above this level again and flip it back to support, if it can hold as support, then there's a tendency for more upside potential, and that will mean further weakness for the cryptocurrency market. But if this level keeps on holding as resistance, and then we are able to fall back and break below right back below this trend line, then that would mean massive trend for the cryptocurrency market. The way this range is being played out, seems more likely that the breakout will be to the downside. That would mean that a breakout or to the upside for the USDT dominance, and that would mean massive weakness for the cryptocurrency market. You can see now about this range again. You can see that during the course of this range, we've been having, ever since we formed this range back in June, late June 2022, the moment we get to the bottom of this range, we were experiencing an immediate bounce. You can see here again on Friday, we returned back to it on Friday, about around a week later. It was an immediate bounce to the upside again. We come back, we bounce, we come back again Tuesday, and ever since we got back again this week, we have failed to bounce immediately. These are signs of weakness. These are signs of weakness from the cryptocurrency market, and if this is sustained, we may likely see a breakdown to the downside from this range. A range, we could see a range is a range, and you need to respect that until it stops being a range, and the breakout can happen both to the upside and to the downside. But with these signs, I'm likely, my bets, I'm favoring a move to the downside more than it is to the upside. And if that happens, if that the reverse is the case, fine and good. But with these signs don't look too good for Bitcoin. You can see that it's also a trend line, a channel, a small channel in between the range, an ascending channel that has been broken below. It has been broken below to the downside, and then it is now acting as resistance. It's acting as resistance, and these are not good signs. The fact that we've not had an immediate bounce on getting to this level as opposed to the previous occasions, these are signs that we're likely to see a breakdown to the downside. So this is all I'm going to be doing for today. I didn't want to take as much of your time as possible. I hope that you got value from this, and if you did, please let me know in the comment section, and then just feel free to give me your feedback, and then like, share and subscribe, and always remember that this is for educational purposes and not to be treated as a financial advice. Just a recap. Once again, we have shown you that in spite of the strength from the US dollar, the cryptocurrency market has not really been weak. It has rather been very choppy, as opposed to other markets that I showed you, the Euro USD, the USD CAD, and the rest of them. You can see that they responded like manner as opposed to the cryptocurrency market, to show you that the USDT dominance has a bigger role to play, way more than the US dollar in the cryptocurrency market. And I've shown you why the cryptocurrency, the DXY, the USD seems to be gaining strength for the week, bouncing up a very major level in the market that has been very key as far back as the COVID period. And I've also shown you why we're likely to the cryptocurrency markets and the Bitcoin market may likely see a push, a breakout of this range to the downside than it may be to the upside. And I hope you got value from this, and I wish you the best and a happy trading week ahead. Bye bye.